Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to check fresh release from Eduard. It is molded in 148 scale, it copies Focke-Wulf 190A-8. It's a weekend edition kit, so it means there are no extra bonuses inside, but this is quite an interesting kit because you get it for cheaper price and still you get nice plastic inside. Moreover, we have here a commercial sample, so it means you'll get exactly the same stuff as what you'll see in this video review. So first of all, we have standard 148 scale box, if we can say this. Here you can see comparison with my hand. We have quite nice box art, and then on the side we have some information about this kit. On the other side you can see profiles for the markings which are included here, and of course paints chart so that you know which paints you will need for this build. This is a top opening box, and here is what we have inside. So let's check everything closer. This is a resealable plastic bag. As you can see, there are two actually bags, so we are going to check them one by one. In the meantime, let me remind you that you can support us financially. It is quite easy to do because we have special donate button on our website, and everything is done via PayPal, so it's safe and fast. And of course you decide how much you will get for new photo and video equipment. And we are really thankful for those who already donated, because I mean this money were really helpful and we were able to get better equipment to repair all the equipment, and now you can see the result with your own eyes. So here we have first gray plastic sprue. This one is dedicated to fuselage halves. Both are molded together with tail section, and of course the nose coating area is separate. It should be built out of separate pieces. We have quite nice external detailing here, so it means recessed panel lines and riveting, and here you can check how it looks in reality. And if we flip it over, here inside you can notice that we have guiding pins. There is almost nothing in the cockpit area because it will be assembled separately, so no worries. And even a weekend edition build should have really nice cockpit out of the box, so in case you don't want to spend some extra money, this might be a viable alternative for you. Next we go on with second gray plastic sprue. Here we have wing parts, so it means two top halves and one bottom. Ailerons are molded separately, and wheel wells will have to be built out of several parts. Again, we have recessed panel lines and riveting all over the surface. It looks really cool. And if you flip it over, here inside you can see that we have guiding elements which will help you to align these large parts together. But in case you would like to have the flaps down, then you have to buy the separate PE set, because as you remember, flaps were molded in. Now I am opening the second plastic bag, so just give me a moment. And here we have another plastic bag. This one is dedicated to clear parts, so I need to open it. But this one is a Ziploc bag, as you can see. This one is really handy in our hobby, so do not throw it away. It is handy in some really different situations, I would say. So here we have clear parts. These are mainly canopy sections, and as you can see, molding quality is really great. We have several versions of the canopy. Obviously only one will be used. All other parts will go into your spare parts, and there are no masks included. In case you would like to mask it, you will have to get this separate mask sheet, which is sold as an accessory set. You can actually order it together with kit from Eduard website, or maybe your reseller, any good model shop. It should have the both sets together available for sale. So here we have another gray plastic sprue. This one is already more of a mix of various parts. You can notice that we have, for example, here various parts for the instrument panel, landing gear wheels, antennas for the night version, which won't be used for sure. Then we have landing gear wheels, again instrument panel, side panels, machine gun barrels, etc, etc. Some of these elements can be replaced with resin, for example wheels. Also you can replace main landing gear legs, you can replace whole cockpit with porcine subassembly, you can replace the exhaust stacks. And as far as I remember, you can also get the engine, because here we do not have engine, and you will see it next on this plastic sprue. So here you can see we have only engine insert, so it should look fine in the cowling in the finished model, but even in case you would like to open the engine compartment, then you have to get the resin upgrade. Here we have one piece wheel wells parts, main landing gear legs, cockpit floor, here is another one, two types of propeller, and also some minor parts. For example, here we have the front rings for the cowling, which are molded as a single piece element, so it's really cool. You won't have ugly seams in the middle, and it should simplify the assembly process, make it easier and maybe more beginner friendly, I would say. Next we have final gray plastic sprue. This one is mainly dedicated to external parts. We have, for example, the ammo bay cover, several types, separate ailerons, elevators, rudder, fuel tanks, and landing gear covers here, and of course tail wings, which should be glued out of two hulls. And again, we have leading edge pre-molded on one of the hulls, so you won't have to be worried about any unnecessary problems with fitment. Next we have decals. So decals are packed into the separate plastic bag. Here they are. Again, it's a resealable plastic bag, so just give me a moment to open it. And I will show it in a second. Okay. So, first one is printed in Eduard. So here we have main symbols for two marking options. As you remember, this is a weekend edition kit, so there is no surprise that there are two markings inside. But we have decals for the cockpit, it means seat belts and instrument panel here as well. So it should be more or less fine build, even if you plan to build out of the box version. Of course, swastika is included and all symbols are printed in really nice quality, so I don't have any complaints about these things. And second decal sheet is printed in 2017 because it carries generic stencils for Focke-Wulf 190A series, and of course it is also printed in Eduard, so printing quality is really good and there won't be any difficulty with application as far as I remember, because I assembled this kit as well. Okay, now let's zoom out and we can move on to the final component of this kit. It means the assembly manual. So this one is printed in form of large color printed brochure. We have short history note in Czech and English. Then we have parts map, and note how many parts won't be used in this kit. That's really surprising. Then assembly process starts with cockpit, of course. Here we continue with cockpit walls, and then we join everything in fuselage halves or in between fuselage halves. Then we assemble wing, and as you can see you have to assemble the main wheel well out of several parts, so do not hurry, pay attention to which parts fit where exactly, because you can get some really set errors. I had this thing, so I would rather be careful with this stuff. Next we continue with assembly of the fuselage and wing together. Then we install the tail fairing, it means the tail wings and elevators and rudder. Here we install the cowling parts. Then we continue with main landing gear leg. And I can see that you have to fill some hatches in order to replicate the A8 version, and also use some decals in order to replicate the various metal parts. Here we assemble the canopy, so you get the option to open the canopy, of course, so it will be your choice. And by the way, note the alignment guide. Don't forget about this special landing gear leg angle on the Focke-Wulf 190. Next we continue with fuel tank. So there are two options for the fuel tanks, and here we have the marking guide for both marking options. So first one comes from Norway, January, February 1945. That's quite interesting, almost end of the World War II. Another one comes from Germany, March 1945, also last year of World War II. Both are quite, special in their own way. Here we have bright bands on the fuselage, here we have bright propeller hub, so it will be up to you which one you will choose. On the last page we have stenciling guide, so don't be lazy, apply all these stencils on the aircraft and your model will only benefit from this. And as I said, this kit is already available on official Eduard website, so if you would like to get it, just go there. Of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion here in the comment section below. If you like this video, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for watching, and bye!